Well, hello and welcome to TNR Esports Tournament Round 3, and it's Brazil. I am Sandro Sorag, aka TNR City 3, and I'm joined by Matt, aka CT Ice Demon. So, Matt. Well, yeah, it's a good track. A pretty classic track, I might add too. So, hopefully, we'll get a good race. And also, thank you for you're saying thank you for having me here today, but it isn't. It is really the other way around, though. To be fair, ironically enough, but it's been uh, it's been lurking around in the shadows for a while now, Matt. The day where we did come together had to come, replacing the old, replacing the Marshall. I feel like we had to get that in there actually. Just so it's clear to anyone watching, both me and Matt loves Pokemon, so don't dislike the stream because what we just said. But nonetheless, though, um, this is actually quite embarrassing to ask right now. But do you know if we have any standings on this bet? Because uh, well, I will try to fish them up then to see where we are as far of the championship. But nonetheless, though, quali has started and there we can hear the engines firing up. So, do you reckon we have any favorites here today, Matt? Well, there, I will have to be honest. There is not many on this grid that I do not know. There's a few names though that is I don't recognize that much, but from what I can see on the grid here, then NLR, NLR Timon. All right. I will. Got a little confused there, but yeah, from what I see, then I don't know. Is NLR Thymon the former VRT Thymon or the MES Thymon? Do you know? Alright, then I don't know me either, but nonetheless, though, I can't see any clear favorites straight away, as we can see that the Mercedes of Slimbo is slowing down in the final sector. Oh, well, if you could just quickly give us a short update on that then, Matt. Yeah. That hurts me quite a lot, actually. TNR in last place with 14 points. Oh, yeah. Alright, that doesn't comfort much. But, nonetheless, though, gonna hope to turn that around and get some more points today, I hope. I'm not driving, obviously, but looking from who we have driving, as Daniel. Yeah, Matt. Thank you. Well, now to be fair, I would not completely disagree with that, as I am known as a huge bottle. Yeah, you do have a point there. But nonetheless, though, who is racing for TNR today, actually? Jabogan and Hazara. Well, I would say that we then have a strong team with two drivers who should be potentially up there grabbing some points, so hopefully they'll not do what I would have done. Bottle. Well, I can tell you that I've been doing a whole season of TNRL with Jabogan, and he's been clapping me left, right, and center this previous season there now. So, but I do think he puts a little more practice into that than other races. So he's quite consistent, and his pace is quite good. So if he's put enough practice before today, I reckon we can see him high up there. But nonetheless, though, NLR Fireman has gone provisional pole so far with a 1:07.8, is it? Right, right ahead of VRT Will. So the new guys and the leaders mixing up there. Fighting for fighting to not be held up, I guess. Well, NLR Yogurt is on a lap, as we can see him just starting the second sector now through these twisty sections where you really need the back end to stay stable. And I will have to tell you, as we can see that his back end is twitching a little. You can manage that in quali, but that is not a fun thing for the race, Matt. Oh yeah, definitely. And with this long main straight here, you really need the wings to be as low as possible to have any possibility of defending or attacking, for that matter. But with that twisty section, you usually could feel like you would benefit from a little more downforce too. So it's not the easiest track to find the right combination of wings there. Exactly. Yeah, that is very true what you say there. Obviously, the problem is that if the guy you're having DRS on is running lower wings than you, then your your chances of overtaking him is also smaller. So it's kind of trying to figure out the best combination. And obviously, like I said, for Yogurt in the middle sector there, looked like his back end was a little twitchy, and not I'm no expert, but I think that might be that is stable, that his setup is a little unstable, which in my experience can usually send you into a spin. I'm not gonna argue against that. Nah, you have a point there. Yeah. Oh, as the Red Bull seems a little unsteady in, what is that, turn 4? I think that was turn 4. He's in the second sector now at least, so we'll have a look as he goes through using the curve. I didn't have the best camera angle to determine if he looked stable, but see then into the final corner. Such a crucial corner to get the right exit on. Yeah, exactly. Oh, as that Red Bull goes right into the pit. So let's see. Hazara has just crossed the line. He's improved by 1.5 tenths, which I think put him one more spot up at the grid. And right now we're just waiting on somebody else to start a lap, actually. Oh, you're right. He's doing a second lap on his tires. All right. It says purple second sector, although I've learned from previous experience that those purple sectors we get up on that beautiful map we got from Codemasters doesn't really. It's not usually correct, is it? But Jabongin does improve his lap, so he could have been purple there and had a bad first or second, third sector. What about NLR Yogurt? He is on a lap. So NLR, that must be a very recent team. I don't know if you have any recognition of when it got started or. Yeah, I was just gonna say you gotta have heard of Livid. well, Praga is not in any team right now, I think. He used to. That is correct. As we have Yogurt over the line to do a 108.2, which puts him in provisional 5th. And what about Sparholt? Half a tenth improvement, so not a big improvement. We have the second NLR driver on his lap though, Simon. And I think I can confirm that Simon isn't the VRT Simon. It's another one. I'm pretty sure, as VRT has just said, they've spotted a fake Simon. Is it fake though? Who was first? I have no idea. Imposter, yeah. But look at this. And this could be crucial to clinch that pole position. Simon is already sitting in that position, but it's almost a 10th improvement, which puts him on a 107.7. And who do we reckon can beat that now? No, and Bjartmar reset it in the pit lane, I think, as they try to go side by side in the pit. It looks like Vilg is invalidated, or a non-out lap actually. Kuvar Nico though, he is on a lap, just heading into the second sector here. Alright, Matt, are you sure your mic is on share? It is gonna be so funny if it isn't.
know why it wasn't. Oops.
Oh, it was.
Damn it. Oh,
So
nobody heard all those private jokes.
that even worse, Matt. Then it means like everyone's just been sitting here listening to me talking to you, but not hearing anything back to me.
I mean, I did hear that you hear voices sometimes, so you never know.
True, true. But let's see here. Oh, well, our McCrew up to second, just behind Simon. And no,
I
he's
think
not on the
everybody's
lap.
on an in-lap.
Terror Racer, no. Yeah, so there is no driver on a lap right now. Well, that means we have a few seconds to spare then, Matt, and with this being Brazil, quite an historic and classic track, what do you think we can expect today?
Let's see. I expect to see the top 8 cars finish within 5 seconds of each other. That's what I expect to see. Let's see
Within
if I can
5
look this up.
seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna be a DRS train to the line.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody's gonna fall out of that train during the pit stop and stuff, though, so. Top.
Yeah, people
Wait,
catch back up at the end.
did you say top 5?
Top 8.
Top 8. Well, I will have to say that that is quite ambitious, but
Look at 8th through 13th. It's only
yeah,
a
yeah,
tenth of a second.
yeah. I do see what you mean. Well, one thing is for sure though, if you get the top 8 to finish within 5 seconds of each other, sounds like a good race in that case at least.
Yes, it does. I mean, I know there's no safety cars or anything for this event because how
True.
broken they can be.
Well, to be fair, if we're having a dig at the safety car, then we might as well do it right. The safety car is actually pretty realistic. It's just that we're crashing a lot more than the real life drivers.
Yeah, but I was watching one the other day where a safety car came up for somebody who retired in the pits, so it's like...
Yeah, that is true actually. That does happen from time to time, but I don't think
I
I've
know what you
actually
mean.
experienced
Yeah.
it myself yet. As Yogurt has invalidated, so we'll jump away from him over to VRT Nick. I think he is gonna be looking to get a slipstream from his teammate, I think. Unless, yeah, Will G is on an outlap. That's an interesting tactic though, because he's gonna struggle much more through this twisty section.
Yeah. The
But
dirty air is not friendly here.
it isn't. But then again, like if he feels like he can manage that behind the car, then obviously getting the slipstream to the line as he is right now, then could be worth it. So we'll see that
He's
in
not...
a moment, as it's going to be a 108.2, which puts him up a few more positions. And we might as well. Oh, Will G was actually on a lap.
Illegal
Interesting.
blocking from Feynman? The hell? There's nobody
Oh,
behind him.
let's see. Do we? Apparently, your mic is quite low, quiet to Matt.
I'm gonna go back to bed.
Well, hopefully you don't do that. But if you could just try to turn it up a little, or if you have it quite far from your mouth, just move it a little closer, then I reckon the people won't have anything more to say on it.
They don't want to hear my puns, trust me.
Well,
Alright, that should be better now.
well, I hope so. If not, it's gonna be too loud for me. So, I hope that is loud enough. I think
Ooh,
it's gonna be.
Ginger goes bull.
Ooh, look at that! LR McCrew is on a lap though, but he's going into the pit. So, who? PMP Terror Racer maybe?
Oh, here comes Timon. But, oh no, he's way down on his time. Never mind.
Then we'll stay on board with PMP Terror Racer as he is coming up to the finish line now, taking the shortest road possible. It's gonna be a 108 flat, so it's...
He
Well,
improved
it's
by
actually
1,000th.
just... Really?
Yeah.
What about Jabogin? As he crosses the line, he goes up to 7th place with a 108 flat, so... Well, you know what, actually, Matt? Looking at this grid right now, I do see why you're expecting a lot of cars to finish close by each other.
It goes to show that the team has picked the correct drivers for this event. They're all close to each other.
Yeah, I mean, especially look at that gap between Jabogin and Sparholt, and then you have ahead of them just a few more hundreds ahead of them. You have PMP Terror Racers, Racer and Slimbo. A few hundreds behind them, you have QR Nico. So it looks like it's gonna be a fairly close race today.
I would agree. And no one heard my crazy prediction either.
Well, I have another prediction for you, Matt. Well, ooh, Simon with a 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, my bad then.
He,
I didn't notice.
it said he had illegal blocking, but there's no one behind him.
Oh, I thought you saw it and just meant that he was doing it. But still, it's PMP Ginger on pole ahead of Simon, although he will go further down the grid. Then LR McCrew in third, VRT Will G in fourth, LR Slimbo in fifth, then Terror Racer in sixth, Jabogin in seventh, then Sparholt in eighth. In ninth, it was QBR Nico, and in 10th, NLR Yogurt. And that was the top 10, and the rest we will get to see on the grid.
Ooh, awfully cloudy.
Look at it. Gaming Ollie. Wait, is it the real Sondra? The famous sneezer? I don't know, have you seen that, Matt?
Yes, I saw that clip this morning, and I laughed for about 10 minutes. What makes it funny is it was such a powerful sneeze, too, and that car just went flying off the track.
And the best thing is, like, right before he flies off the track, like, it doesn't look like anything is gonna happen, and suddenly he just goes right to the right.
It looked like he was going to the drive-thru McDonald's.
Well, let's see, he's not driving today, is he? No, he isn't, alright.
No.
So it's YWR Axnes and Bjartmar who's driving for them today. Won't be any sneezing then.
That's interesting.
No?
Everybody besides 3 of the bottom 4 are on softs.
Oh yeah, I noticed too actually. Well, to be fair, that's a very strange sight, to be honest. I mean, those 3 on the medium tires are...
Or, actually, you know what? It's a mandatory 2-stop if I remember the rules right, so maybe that's not too far of a stretch.
Nah, you're right in that sense, but still though, it's...
Yeah, I would still start on the
unless you
medium
can
spectrum.
do... I'm trying to think if you can do soft, medium, soft. I'm not sure actually. It is a mandatory 2-stop, but I'm not sure what would be the best strategy. But
But to do soft, medium, soft, wouldn't you have to do like 18 laps on the mediums or something?
Yeah, but you can't do that. That's the thing. Well, I think you can do about 17 laps, give or take a lap or two, maybe. with mediums, and let's say if you do that, then you have to take, if you take 18 laps, then
9 and 9.
it's 18 laps again left. So
Actually, it probably could be doable if you go soft,
yeah.
medium, because there'll be more grip at the end for the mediums.
Well, it would actually be better to do medium, soft then, because then mediums, the stronger tire, take the heavier car around the track.
That's true too.
Which means that you can take the soft tiny bit extra. But let's see then, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. Not quite
Maybe.
yet.
You guys can do it. There it is.
And there we go. And they're off to turn 1. And look at this. LR McCrew is trying to challenge Ginger into turn 1. Doesn't really manage to though, but there is a lot of fighting here actually. They're going 3 wide at the back here.
Oh, yes they are. Nick got sideways a little bit, but
And look
saved
at
it.
this. The 2 Toro Rossos and the 2 Ferraris are heavily battling right now. Sparhold looks like he's gonna have to lose that position to Yogurt. NLR Simon, where did he start? I know he had that 5. Well, he started in 7th, didn't he? Yeah, so he's just held his position so far. Well, let's see here then. Simon obviously showed in quali that he will be up there, and he probably wants to pass a lot of these people ahead of him, but it's not gonna be too. Ooh, and who was that?
Wing damage. Nick.
And who was? It was KSR Husby and was it the Renner?
Oh, and there it goes.
Oh,
Axness spawn.
Oh, I don't see though. Is there any action at the front here? And I believe the Williams of has. Oh, no, he was ahead of before. Well, not too much moving around right now.
There's an alpha off. Hagerud? Hagerud? I don't know.
Haugerud.
Yeah, there you go.
You weren't too far off, to be fair.
I tried. None of these names are English, so.
Well, actually saying that, looking at the grid, I believe a lot of the drivers who are not Norwegian, I don't think a lot of them are English either, so you do have a point there. Oh, look at this though. NLR Yogurt is right on the tail of his teammate, NLR Simon. Are we gonna see a multi-12? I saw Rosa, but it's close enough.
The championship's not on the line yet. They still got another round to go.
Wait, is there?
Yeah, next week is Baku, I think.
Oh. Well, my bad then. I thought this was the last one, so... Let's see, McCrew staying right on the tail of Ginger here, but he's not really pushing him too hardly though. But it's clear that these 3 at the front are kind of breaking away from the rest right now. Not even kinda, they are, but... Oh, as OWR Barremi is out of the session.
Yeah, he retired in the pits.
Oh. This is kind of starting to get a little embarrassing right now, but I need to check with you, Matt. The point system, is it the normal one, or is it points to everyone on the grid or something?
It's points to everybody on the grid. So retiring in a pits makes no sense to me. But,
yeah, that's what I was thinking about,
but I am not to judge anyone, so.
Not openly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy that sits in 15th place for a whole damn race.
And then took third.
Yeah, that was funny.
No penalty OP.
Yes. When people ask what strategy is OP for the track, the no penalty strategy is OP.
Well, I've seen that come into play in quite a few league races actually, but I'm usually one of the guys getting penalties.
Yes. I will not mention a USA race that I was in with you.
How many did I have again? 28 or something, I think.
You had 39.
39. Did I have that many
Yeah.
penalties?
You were so far ahead of me, I actually finished 3/10 behind you.
Oh my god. Well, to be fair, I have experience getting disqualified multiple times in league races too from corner cutting, so I'm a corner cutting merchant. But nonetheless, though, we're still on with these front three drivers, and kinda expecting McCrew to do something soon. Like, he is just sitting there following Ginger right now, and to be fair, if he doesn't think that he can set a higher pace, then fair enough, but need some action here.
Well, it goes to show that, some people realize that a race is more than 5 laps, so they're staying patient and
True.
waiting to a better moment.
And I do know that as a racer myself, but as a commentator, you always want someone to at least try to go for a move, and they've been following the car for 6 laps.
That's true.
But no moves. I thought there was some moving behind her, but that was just the guy pitting. Although they are a little closer here. And Simon almost making a move at Jebogan.
Yeah, I don't see anybody making any moves back there because everyone just has DRS in each other.
Yeah. Well, it's Terror Racer. Maybe he can make a move on Slimbo. Slimbo, obviously, he doesn't have DRS on. Since the guys
True.
are ahead, are just. Well, we gotta face it there, Matt. I don't think we'll have top 8 finishing within 5 seconds right now. Because those front 3 are just running a little away right now.
Actually, the top 8 are within 6 seconds of each other right now.
Fair enough, fair enough. Still 30 laps to go, though.
Yeah, and 2 pit stops.
Yeah. But I do not think we're getting a move from Terror Racer here. It doesn't look like it. What about McCrew? He was extremely close to Ginger this time. But, wow. Amazingly enough, Ginger has more ERS than McCrew.
That is interesting. you would think the car behind would be in low ERS just using a DRS.
Yeah, well, I mean, that could be maybe a sign that McCrew and Will needs to really push to keep up with Ginger, though, so that might be why we're not seeing any moves. Possibly.
Sounds about right.
Terror Racer, on the other hand, he's starting to drain Slimbo of his ERS, so I reckon we will see something happening in this train, fighting for 4th at the moment. But not if Terror Racer gets exit from the last corner like that, though.
And Will fastest lap.
But look at this, he's closing down that gap quite heavily on the long straight, but not enough. Oh, maybe into turn 4, we can see that Slimbo has run out of ERS right now. Terror Racer is moving closer, but he's just not close enough. Let's see. And there is no move here right now, and look at this. Ginger... It looks like Ginger is trying to make an effort to drop these two others right now. And he's almost managing to do it too. Gap to McCrew up to 8/10 now, Matt?
Yeah, I'm here. I see.
You turned into math for a moment.
Yeah, well, I am a math tutor, so.
Fair enough. But look at this though.
Will?
Well, oh, that is some lag. That is not funny to see. But Will and McCrew going side by side. Will almost into a spin there. And maybe this is part of the reason why Ginger has decided to try to slip away from them. These two are obviously fighting. Oh, but Terror Racer though. Terror Racer down the inside of Slimbo into turn 4, and it looks like he's managed to make that move stick too. What about into turn 5? And he has made that stick, and I haven't really noticed, but people are starting to pit now, Matt.
Yep.
You can see Fireman, Sparholt, Nico, Husby, and Daniel all have pitted to the medium tires now.
So it looks like a soft, medium, soft that are going with.
Either that or soft, medium, medium. I remember from doing this track. Well, it's actually quite long. It's quite some time ago now, but I remember that you can drag the soft quite much longer than you expect. But the mediums might be the better tire because the softs just they die off quickly.
And Slimbo sped into the pits.
That's not a penalty he's gonna enjoy.
Nope.
Look at this though, Terror Racer and Jabogin still trying to hunt down these front 3 drivers. In the meantime, let's see where Slimbo is coming out, and it looks like he's gonna be right in front of that Alpha, but that Alpha is TAR Haugerud, and he's gonna go right down the inside of Slimbo. And with a little more heat into his tires right now, he's made that move work. But look at Slimbo though, he's gonna try to come back at him around the outside in turn 5, and look at this racing, Matt.
That was a beautiful move right there.
What a move. Right around the outside. That's what I call properly mugging someone off, to be honest.
Who needs to warm up the tires? Those things look like they're ready already.
Slimbo just went for it, and he were confident, and he made it work. And we can see that McCrew, Will G, and Jabogin are all now pitting, so it's the 2 PMP drivers still staying out. And Bjartmar on his old mediums. But look at this though. NLR Thyman on Haugerud. He's also fancying a look at a move here. But Haugerud with DRS though. He just can't fight off Thyman there. And McCrew is disqualified.
For what? Did he spin in the pits?
Yeah, I think he might have spun in the pit exit and got disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Oh, Jesus.
My thought exactly. But look at this though. Sparholt and Haugerud ghosting a little into each other. That's never a pretty sight, but Haugerud actually still on the set he started on, so...
And Ginger speeds into the pits.
That can be crucial. And actually, if Ginger is going into battle, let's have a look at VRT Will G. He's tried to make the undercut. He's burned out all of his ERS right now to make this work. Where is Ginger? He's going out of the pit now, and he is well ahead actually. More than expected too.
Hey, game time.
Oh, but look at this though, a little further down the road we have Yogurt making the move on Bjartmar. And Jabogin behind Slimbo, but not quite close enough, and well, Slimbo also on the softer tires. A little more spread out now, Matt. Not two big trains anymore, or one small and one big.
Yeah. It's funny, going through that windy section, the dots look like a snake just going through.
True, actually. Well, let's see here. Slimbo is on the rear of Bjartmar, heading towards the finish line here. And Bjartmar goes into the pit, so no move.
Oh,
I was looking forward to that one. Then he just went into the pit.
he just made the move. One was on the track, one wasn't.
True. Oh, but look at this. Jabogin is fancying his chances on Slimbo here, even though he's on the medium tires. And then the Lord Simon and Terra Racer has caught up to Jabogin and Slimbo now, so the train is forming.
Yep. And Terra Racer is on the faster tire too, so...
Yeah, but I will have to be honest there. Being on the soft tires for Terra Racer now is just... it's just horrible for him right now, because if these guys get stuck in a slipstream train, then it's gonna be horrible for him to try to overtake, which he needs to.
And that dirty air as well will burn the tires a lot quicker.
But Simon didn't get a DRS though, and look at this, Terra Racer is gonna try his move around the outside, and he's gonna get it done before the corner starts. Doesn't get the best run through that Senna S though, and Simon might see an opportunity into turn 4 here.
And here it is. He's got to run. Oh, what? That was a late block.
That's a little too late for my comfort. But hopefully though, Simon managed to react there, so he did not end up going right into the back of Terra Racer. But right now though, well, it is actually this battle between Terra Racer and Simon that is the closest. To be fair though, Simon struggled with hanging on Jabogin and Slimbo, so having Terra Racer in front of him could help him to try to get dragged up to that train, for that matter.
Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta take advantage of someone faster than you and just tuck in behind them.
Oof. If someone could say that when I race on Sundays. And then I'm not talking about to me, I'm talking about to others.
Yes, I know. It's kind of ugly watching that as the commentator, but it's fun to watch too, so.
Oh, I believe you. Let's see here though. Slimbo is starting to get close on the back of Yogurt, and Yogurt obviously on his 9-lap-old soft tires would not feel too awesome on those anymore.
Yeah, he'll probably be pitting in 2 or 3 laps.
Maybe a little longer if he wants to stretch them, depends on how long he started on the softs too, didn't he? So, yeah.
Yeah, so he's definitely have to go to the mediums in the next one.
Yeah, which means that he has to drag them a few more laps. Right now he would have to take the mediums 20 laps, which is possible, but it isn't
They'll
fun.
be crying. Yeah. They'll be crying at the end.
Oh, they'll be much more than crying.
Alright, so they'll be in the fetal position, rocking back and forth while crying. Okay.
There
Here
you
comes
have
Slimbo.
it. Down the inside, he tries to, but it doesn't look like he managed to get close enough to actually pull off the move though. And Yogurt stays ahead. Look at that gap from Ginger though to Will.
Yeah, he's this must be one of his good tracks, because he's putting in a pretty dominant performance.
He's doing that right now, and Correct me if
He
I'm
will.
wrong, but from what I can remember when you summarized the standings, PMP were second, weren't they?
Correct.
So right now they would actually be gaining with Ginger and Terror Racer in first and sixth. But let's see though, Slimbo, can he pull off a move again? He's getting closer, but he doesn't have a lot of ERS to spend though. But it's not gonna be into turn 1, however turn 4 is still a possibility if he gets the run through this Senna S.
Oh, you will.
Ooh, and look at this, he's close now, he's gonna go for the inside line, he's gonna send it right down the inside. They're still side by side, they're not still side by side actually.
He backed out of it.
From my angle it looked like they were side by side for a much longer period than they were.
I was wondering if I had to delay or something, because I'm on the onboard of Slimbo. I'm like, they're not side by side anymore. Yeah,
Nah.
sometimes you get that camera angle that it delays a little bit with the way it rotates or whatever. So.
To be fair though, some of the camera angles, like the one I had right now, made it look like they were side by side, which sometimes it just makes the racing looks more interesting than it actually is. But now though, I was sure we're gonna see the move there, but that is Yogurt Intrepid to take on his set of mediums to go to the end. For a moment it said it was on softs. That would have been a suicide.
What do you think about Mr. Jabokian with a solid race so far up in fourth?
I will have to say that, well, I was going to say that he's murdered his ERS to stay where he is right now, but looking at Slimbo, there is no clear advantage as of ERS there. So, right now, gotta be honest, my TNR driver is doing a good job here. Obviously on the medium tire too, so he will have the quicker tire in the end. But that also means that he will be undercutted at the end though, so we'll have to wait and see, I think. Is he gonna try to go for a move here though? He is. He's gonna try to go for the outside line into turn 1, and he's made the move work before turn 1. And well, to be fair on Slimbo here, he is in that area where his soft tires should be starting to die off quite badly, so Jabogin's mediums might be
Terror
better.
Racer.
He's looking for it. Up through turn 5. Where we saw, was it it was Slimbo, wasn't it, earlier, who did his move around the outside of Howgrid in turn 5 there?
Yes, it was.
It was Slimbo. Beautiful move there. Perfectly illustrates how a top tier driver can make even the hardest kind of moves looks pretty simple in the end.
Yeah. And not to mention he was on fresh, cold tires too.
Yeah. It was softs though, so by that corner they should have at least reached a drivable temperature. Maybe not optimal yet, but look at this though. This train is the main thing to look at right now. Jabogin is leading them.
You see that? Nick just pit. He's taken his softs 18 laps.
18? That sounds a little...
How did you not get a puncture, sir?
Well, I mean, it might be that you can actually drag them that long, but from what I remember when I've done Brazil before, you can take the softs much longer than you think you can. The problem is just that they're slow as hell at the end of that stint, and like his softs, they got to have been murdered at the end.
Well, it's good to know, because in our league, we have Brazil coming up. Softs to medium is possible.
Oh, it is. As we can see that Slimbo decides that his tires are done, he's heading into the pit. Meanwhile, Jabogin and Terror Racer are continuing another lap. Question for Jabogin maybe right now would be, how far is he going to take these mediums?
4 laps.
Considering, well, I mean, optimal, I think he would take them about 5 more laps, but thinking about Slimbo being down the road on his fresh mediums, probably catching time on Jabogin, you gotta take a decision on how much time you want to lose, pretty much.
That is true.
And how much time you can gain back when he goes on the softs, and of course, how dead softs he wants to have on in the end. I think we'll get the answer soon. We can see that Terror Racer is still out on his softs. Although, didn't he start on softs?
I believe so. There were only 3 cars that started on mediums.
Yeah, so he started on soft, so why did he take his first soft so long? Nonetheless though, he's trying it on Jabogin around the outside in turn 1, and he's made the move work, but he hasn't really got the best exit out of turn 2 and turn 3 though, and now he's gonna have to defend from Jabogin to turn 4. As they go side by side, it looks like Terror Racer is gonna be able to keep his position here. And we're back to the fact of letting the faster driver go and try to stick with him.
Yeah. So who is that crazy guy that made that prediction that the top 8 would be within 5 seconds of each other? It's just the top 1 right now. But he does have a 5-second penalty he has to serve on his next pit stop, so.
True. Which means that Will G will have a chance in the end, actually. And if I'm not mistaken, Will G will be on the soft tires, while Ginger will be on the medium tires, so there might still be a possibility for Will here. Nonetheless though, Terror Racer, he does not pit yet, he's gonna go another lap. Same with Jabogin. And is there anything happening further down the field? Yogurt maybe? Here we have it, Matt. Yogurt, he is getting close to the back of Husby into turn 1. He's gonna try to dive for the inside line. They're still side by side, but it looks like he's gonna get the move done in turn 2 and out of turn 3.
Very nicely done.
Nice and clean. That's how we like it. It's way better than ugly and messy, at least.
Oh yeah, this is a esports event, not F4.
Well, to be fair, there shouldn't be. There should only be clean moves when you get together a load of drivers who are in teams. So
That is true.
you do have a point there. Nonetheless, though, we can see that Will G, he's going to be pitting now, so he's going to be going on to a set of soft tires.
Ooh.
I assume, at least.
Yes, he is. Now think about that. He's trying to undercut Ginger, who has the 5-second penalty, so he might come out in the lead after all this.
He may. The question will then be, can he manage to actually keep that lead? As we can see that Husby is also going into the pit. Jabogin and Terror Racer still neck and neck around here. As I believe maybe watching Will or Slimbo actually. As Slimbo is making a move on Bjartmar towards turn 4. Didn't have to work too hard for that move in the end, but look at this though, Will G, he's trying to perform an undercut here. And look at this, he's just going straight for the move on QBR Nico here. Not even gonna wait 2 more corners to have DRS.
No, I don't blame him. Nico's on pretty dead tires there.
I was just about to say too that he should be doing that, as we see that Ginger has reacted. He's into the pit now, and he is on his way out of the pit already. But the RT wheel is also in the first corner. It's not going to be too much separating them. Will be behind Ginger though, but he's within DRS range now, and look at this, he's gonna go for the move instantly into turn 4. He's gonna try it around the outside. He backs out of that after realizing that he wouldn't have gotten the space there.
So, thinking about this on long term here, he's going to need to make the move pretty quickly on Ginger, because at the end of the race, Ginger will have the faster tire. Exactly. Or the better tire, should I say.
Well, yeah, the faster and better tire for that matter. It's going to be more grip in those mediums at the end of the race, and they're just going to be better to drive on in general.
Yeah.
But look at this though. VRT wheel. He does have a little ERS to spend down this straight, but it doesn't have that much though. But with DRS open, can he make a move on Ginger? Ginger has been in the lead of the race pretty much since the start, but Will G is going down the inside of Ginger, and he's made the move work in turn 1. And we finally have a new leader in the race, actually.
Yeah.
But for how long though? Look at this, Ginger is already trying to get back at him. He sends it down the inside in turn 4, and and look at that, he's realized his mistake there. Yeah. He's given the position back, but he's a little cheeky though, because he
immediately went right for it. Oh, and Will lagged out. He has been lagging every so often when I've been on board with him.
And there was that excitement over. Well,
so congratulations on your win, Ginger. And
well, to be fair though, for the championship, it's perfect, because it's going to be a lot.
You have a showdown next week
in the final round. In the meantime, though, Tina Jabogan is currently dropping Terror Racer here on his fresh soft tires, which is exactly what he needs to do. That is pretty much what we were talking about that Will had to do. Oh, but Yogurt though, he's in a bad... No, he's not. That is Will, of course. Sparholt, on the other hand, has sent it down the inside on Slimbo, and he's made a move work. And, well, yes, Sparholt on fresher tires and softer tires. That was probably not the most difficult move.
And Jibogan gets by Will. So does Terror Racer.
And Will is just dropping down the field now. It's a shame, but...
Looks like me on a safety car restart.
Let's see here though, do we have any interesting battles right now? I can see that Haugerud is not that far behind Nico, but he's on older
Nico
soft
just
tires.
got by him.
Oh, he did? Alright.
Yeah.
That does make more sense.
And Husby's behind Abu, but Abu's on fresher tires.
Yeah, but not that much fresher tires though, so we could maybe see something here. Or Daniel on Bjartmar. Obviously Bjartmar is on the fresher tires there too, but not by much. As Haugerud goes into the pit, which can only lead me to believe that he's had damage, considering how late he's pitting.
No wing change. Oh, you know why? He went medium soft off, I think.
Oh, so he dragged his mediums a little longer than he thought he would have to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he went 18 laps on his mediums at the start, I think.
Well, nonetheless, though, we have Husby right on the back of Abu, but oh, no, wait, that is VRT Will again. I thought we had a battle up front because I saw cars switching positions, and then I looked at the gamer tag and then I saw, no, that's VRT Will.
Actually, as he free falls, this championship might be a lot closer than expected going into the final round.
a lot closer, but who was the second VRT driver again? That was Nick, and Nick has, well, he's not had the best race, to say it pretty.
Yeah. Ooh,
But
can Jibogin
let's...
make a move on Yogurt here? No, not enough time there.
Alright, then we're gonna stick on board with Husby as he's looking for a move in turn 1 on Abu. However, he couldn't get quite close enough. What about into turn 4 though? Abu goes defensive straight away, but he did not really have to. He is clear ahead. Oh, no, that is Willigen again. Keep seeing battles that I think is happening. It's Will's ghosted car every time.
Well, the battle for 10th will be coming up to Will soon, so.
True. But now we're gonna go on with this battle between Yogurt and Jabogin. Jabogin is closing a lot on this front straight, but Yogurt is closing off that inside line. Jabogin is gonna have to do it around the outside. He should have the more grippy tires. It looks like he's made that move work, but look at this though. Yogurt is gonna come back at him into turn 4. And this is not gonna be an easy position to defend for Jabogin. Jabogin takes the inside line. He brakes a little later, and I think he might have been able to take that second position now.
And neither one of them have any ERS left.
Which leads them to only be using their fuel and tires in this middle sector, and then it should be an advantage to Jabogin on his soft tires still. Is there anyone else? I think we're gonna stay with this battle right now. Well, yeah, that prediction of yours, Matt, top 8 within 5 seconds didn't really strike, to be fair, but...
I'm gonna call for an illegal safety car right now.
Look at this though, into turn 1, Yogurt is not really... I don't think he even tried to go for a move there.
I don't think he has enough battery to go for a move.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's probably just gonna try to save a little battery while Jabogin is still using his battery, so to line up a move on one of the following laps. To be fair though, Matt, the gaps between the drivers aren't that big. It's just that there is gaps everywhere.
Yeah.
Except for 3 places right now, I think. And mentioning that,
Husby's catching up to Abu. He's closer than he has been in the last couple of laps.
yeah, but he's in a difficult sector to overtake right now. And then I noticed Will G again.
Oh.
Will now down to 15th. Let's see though, Yogurt. Well, Yogurt was actually pushing, trying to catch the bog in there, but he couldn't.
Well, look at how old his mediums are.
Well, yeah,
they're probably about even right now with the tire. Oh, here comes Husby.
Oh, but look at this though, the 2 Norwegians. Husby takes the position away from Abu. That was a little close on the straight for my liking.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna hit.
It looked like they might have bumped a little wheels there, but which is fine in the end, as long as nobody gets damaged or crashes out. But a little too close for my comfort, to be honest.
In their defense, you got that little bump going up the hill there, so probably made the cars unstable.
Could be. Let's see then, we're gonna head back to Yogurt as he has the ERS to attack Jabogin there. But I think his tires might be starting to get a little too old to get a proper run out of the last corner. So we can see that he's nowhere close enough to make a move right now.
We have 4 laps to go now.
My God, you are right there.
You know, this race is flown by.
It has, but there hasn't been many big boring periods or something. And even if there has been any slow periods, then I probably called out somebody making a move at VRT wheel, even though he is laid out.
And here comes the last car to pass him. And there it is. Oh!
And into the pit for himself. But let's see here. Boo! Has gone past Husby again. Didn't Husby pass him?
Yeah.
Ah, we missed that then. Let's see here though. What about Yogurt this time? Is he gonna be close enough to make a move on Jabogin? No. What about into turn 4? He's gonna need to get a good run out of turn 2 here, but it looks like Jabogin is gonna have this one under control for this lap. Yes. What about Husby on a Boo? He's closer than what Yogurt were, but he's not close enough either. You know, Matt, sometimes you just gotta lick the stamp and send it.
Yeah, I think too many people take that advice and
Oh,
F4.
but look at this though. Husby. Maybe he's listening, but look.
Oh.
Oh, and that is into a spin. Well, a half spin at least. But he's lost a lot of time though. Fortunately, nobody got damaged or ended up crashing out in that incident there. But now Husby probably struggling with a little hot tires. And he has Bjartmar right behind him.
Yeah. Speaking of licking the stamp and send it, we'll have a little chat later about something that happened yesterday in F5. I think you know what I'm talking about.
HMFC.
And look what track we're at too.
Oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about then.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. Something happened yesterday in F5.
Oh yeah, but I know what kind of. Oh, but look at this though. Husby has been passed by Bjartmar. Did actually caught that and. Oh, but look at this. Husby are gonna be fighting back. He's not gonna just take it. But Bjartmar knows he keeps it around the outside and he's keeping that position. Surprisingly enough.
And it's become a 3-car battle with Daniel coming up there.
It has indeed, but Daniel though on the oldest tires of these three.
And we are officially on the last lap now too.
Oh. And there is not much happening at the front right now.
Oh. Yogurt's the closest he's been, but he's still not getting the exits he needs to get.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might be the closest he's ever been in a few laps now, but that is far from close enough as we can see. But look at this though, Husby on Bjartmar. Can he get this position back? He goes for the inside line. And he will be taking that position from Bjartmar. And look at this, Daniel. He's fancying a move at Bjartmar now too. Around the outside in turn 3 and they tap wheel and that is Bjartmar in the wall. And what did Hauger do there? I think he's just avoided Bjartmar and lost it at the same time. But anyway though, we're gonna follow PMP Ginger over the line as he takes the win here in Brazil. And then in second, my own TNR Jabogin. Before third place, NLR Yogurt comes over the line. Then PMP Terror Racer, although he loses that fourth to Sparholt on penalties. Then Slimbo is gonna come over in sixth. QBR Nico in seventh. Hazara in eighth. TR Abu in ninth. BRT Nick in 10th. NLR Thyman in 11th, then Husby, then Daniel, Then we're gonna get Haugard to pass the line in 14th. Before, as he jumps a couple of positions actually. And Bjartmar should be the final car to cross the line as he's driving slowly here. Weaving
Donuts.
a little, and yeah, I was just gonna say, that is the worst kind of donuts I've seen before.
Oh, he wants to cross the finish line backwards. Okay, I get you.
Well, I'm gonna have to say a flick spin would have been way more efficiently to turn the car around. As we're getting YWR. Bjartmar. Oh, you're really gonna make me off like that? As he comes over the line. Oh, that guy was definitely watching, Matt.
A little theatrics at the end.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get donuts, same as you did, but wasn't donuts.
Well, you can't have donuts without coffee, and it's too late in the day for coffee.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is too late for coffee now. To be honest, I could actually go for a cup of coffee right now.
I'll be having mine in a few hours when I get up for work.
Well, after penalties then, we have PMP Ginger in first after pretty much dominating the whole race here, Matt.
Pretty much,
Then,
yeah.
Jabogin getting a pretty second after TNR's dark first rounds. And LR Yogurt making a good debut for his team here today. Then we have Sparholt, which I'm not quite sure which team he is in. QBR, I think. Before PMP Terror Racer in 5th. Then LR Slimbo in 6th. Then I believe it was QBR Nico in 7th. TNR Hazara in 8th. TAR Abu in 9th. And BRT Nick in 10th, I believe.
Correct. And also Jabogin had the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, is there a fastest lap point in this?
I'd assume so, but I don't know how the points work.
I'm not completely sure, but he had the fastest lap at least. So if there was a fastest lap point, then he would get that too, which is strong performance from my team after some abysmal opening laps, I can imagine. But still, though, PMP is the big team to mention today. First and 5th, really closing up that gap to VRT, which is then gonna make for a good showdown in the last round, Matt.
I agree.
Which I am not gonna be there for.
Oh.
Well, I don't actually know. That depends, though. If you need me and the other guy can't for some reason, then you never know. But I'm not supposed to be there, at least, as of yet. But I don't know. Is there anything special you want to mention, Matt? Any outstanding performances or anything?
Not just Jabogin. He finished higher than I thought he was gonna finish. I thought he'd be top 5. I didn't realize he'd be that far up on the podium, almost in striking distance of the winner. So very well done by your TNR buddies.
It's good to hear you say that, so it's just not me going on with bias here. But yeah, I gotta agree. He surprised me there too. I also thought he was gonna fight for a top 5 position, but he did well today. There was some casualties on the way though. BRT Village lagging out, and
That one guy that got disqualified
yeah,
in the
yeah,
pits.
LR McCrew, I think it was, that unfortunately got disqualified. I assume that he was standing the wrong way in the pit exit or something. But altogether, though, it's been a good race. Could have gone for a few more moves sometimes, but it was usually a good race today, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was good to watch your battles throughout the whole race. It wasn't like a whole strung out affair.
But I don't know. Do we have anything more to add then?
Nope. It's time for me to go to bed.
Time for you to go to bed and time for me to sweat Pokemon. Sounds like
There you go.
a good combination. But with that, then, well, next round. I believe you knew when that was. I did not.
Yeah, next round will be next Monday from Baku, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Baku for a showdown. Well, that is going to be a proper one. Well, with that, then, if you want to catch the title showdown between PMP and VRT, then it is next week at 7:30, I believe it was.
Yes, 7:30.
Yeah, you see my memory; it's just horrible. But yeah, next week at 7:30 p.m. And with that, this has been round 3 of TNR Esports tournament, with commentary brought by myself, Sandro Zorag, and Matt Romano. And with that, hopefully we'll see you again. Goodbye.